Hey everyone, I can probably tell you why you were mad at me. Probably because I didn't put on a video for a while. But I have excuses for not putting videos on YouTube for about a week or so. This past weekend, I was over at RTX in Austin, Texas, which is a Rooster Teeth gaming convention. It ran from Friday to Saturday to Sunday, but I drove over Thursday night. I do have some video footage that I did take, not while I was there. I didn't take anything while I was there. I did compete in a couple Hearthstone tournaments, so if you were watching on Twitch, you watched me get totally destroyed. Um, I played a lot of video games there. I played Broforce, which is now one of my favorite games. I do have it on PS4, and I most likely will be streaming that on Twitch soon. I met a lot of different people. I didn't meet anyone from Rooster Teeth. No one wanted to come say hi to me. No one. Anyway, I hung out in the Devolver Digital for a while. I did hang out all around. I was walking. I went to Cooper's Barbecue. It was a very lovely time. Um, but yeah, I don't have really any other excuses for why I haven't been on YouTube of late. Uh, well, another excuse is I used to be a writer back in the day. Like when I went through a pretty bad breakup in ninth grade, and then an even worse one in 10th grade, you become a bit emotionally unstable, especially for like a teenager. Granted, it still doesn't help because I'm only like 19 still, so it doesn't really help there. That saying I'm back in the day, but you become emotional. Things start getting exaggerated. You become more and more dramatic about life and things. So you need some way to cope with all that. Some people go to the gym. Some people put it out in sports. Some people are just never angry. Other people drink. Some people took a lot of drugs. Me, I did a couple of I did some of those things. I put it out in sports for wrestling and football that I did freshman year. Ultimately, I got injured. I fractured my lower back. Nowadays, it still hurts. Like I was out in the yard the other day picking up leaves, putting them in lawn bags from all the times mowing the lawn. Just moved the leaves over. Uh, my back started to hurt again. Thing is if it keeps hurting, I will have to either go into very extensive surgery or I will be paralyzed for the rest of my life from the legs down. That's not going to be a fun time, knowing that I know I do have legs. Anyway, coming from that, uh, I also coped with my emotions and overdramatic senses by writing them down. Now, when I first started writing, I was terrible. I've always hated English. I've always hated taking that class in school. I've always hated writing. I've always hated reading because it just doesn't entertain me. You know what does entertain me? Video games. Video games are a very entertaining source. Let me get back on track. In my writing, I first started as a poet who wouldn't write in any structure, wouldn't write any rhyme or reason, just wrote down my emotions. Typically it was towards a girl, typically it was towards why don't I, fall in love and stuff. A lot of my writings are actually about love and lust and death. Crap, they're all about that. I don't know if I have a single piece of writing that is about sunshine and happiness. I don't know. It doesn't entice me. It doesn't make me like if I read about happiness, I don't feel like I should keep reading. No, it doesn't. No, no. Sadness, sorrow, death, mourning, misery. That's interesting writing. It makes me want to keep going. It makes me want to read and write more. It interests me. It's a weird interest. So I used to write all about how we can't live in a perfect world because in society we don't look at everyone and we're like, we accept you. I used to write about how I would get into a lot of breakups, how I would like mourn, how I would do all that stuff. But to be honest, a couple of my family members have died, and I didn't feel bad. Sorry to say. But now I went from being a unstructured poet to being a structured poet to then being a short story writer to now I'm writing scripts. And some of these scripts, they come to me, like most of my writings come to me in small pieces. So, like, if you ever actually read any of my writings, like when I'm first making them, I only have a line. I have one line of dialogue or something that came to me. I don't know why. It's like a small visions or I just hear it. I think about this stuff a lot, and one line comes to me. So, with that, I have to write the rest of the story based on those lines or based on those like one segment things that come to me. Either it could be in the end of it, middle of it, or the beginning of the writing itself, or in what now is the script. I've had a lot of it coming to me during the middle of the night when I'm trying to fall asleep. It's very bad because I can't sleep nowadays. I have to take, sleep pills. So, back on track. I do want to start filming some of those scripts that I do have written out, or still, stuck in my head, trying to get out. And in doing so, I need to have better, like, camera utilities. Need to have better equipment for this, and I just don't have that. So, I guess I'm gonna have to keep a lot of those locked up, like write them out, store them somewhere, and forget about it until I get, better footage. I mean, this past weekend, I just went and bought this webcam that you're watching all this video from, and this is a very lovely room, I believe, but it's very messy. Like, there's my very messy bed. It's a poster right there. There's another poster right there. That is an Embers of War poster that I got for getting the highest score that they've ever seen in their game at PAX East on Friday, I think, or Saturday. And then that is a drawing from one of my ex-girlfriends, the one I broke up with in 10th grade in a very drastic breakup, which I have a lot of writings about her. I have them all stored in this notebook here. So I do have a lot of writings. I do want to post more of my writings online, although it does hurt me to share them every now and then. The one I did share, that one was a final writing for one of my English classes that I got a terrible grade on because it was gloomy. Screw English in school. It doesn't make sense. I do have a couple of my friends coming down in this month, at the end of this month, and it goes over into August. So there will be times where it's like I will have to have like more footage shot and cut up and ready to prepare it for you guys, more so than what I've been doing, to make sure that I have like probably like 1 or 2 videos a week going out. I used to do it daily. I don't know if I have a lot of content that I could probably do it daily for about a month. And then it was just like, you get nothing for the rest of the year. Ha! It's like George R. R. Martin and Game of Thrones. Anyway, those are my excuses for why I haven't been posting anything of late. I'm sorry if you were wanting stuff. Sorry, I don't actually have anything for you just yet. Here's a water bottle. Want a water bottle? Also, you might be thinking, is this his face now? Yeah, this is my face. It's pretty bad. Also, when I go back up to school this coming September, hopefully my friend will have a camera, and I will be doing probably some stand-up comedy. I'm up there. A lot of my friends wanted me to do stand-up comedy, talking about the stories of my past life, stories of the girlfriends that I told them about stories, and other silly things. I do want to post some of the stories that I do have on here to you guys. Hopefully they are good stories. I do want to try to reenact them. Then again, I don't have the equipment to do it. And I'm, older than what it was, because I do have a lot of like kindergarten ones that were a lot of fun, like sticking Play-Doh in my ears. Yeah, stuff like that. So, sorry that I don't have anything for you. If you're looking for anything, I just don't know what to tell you.